Thank you. Once again, Semito, good morning and welcome to the final day of this MSME General Tax Awareness. This is the fourth and the final day. So on behalf of the Commission, we welcome you Plaken and talk thank you. Lo you that you stop on Temipla for the last 3 days and now it's the fourth day. Without you people, by me plugging this awareness go side. So thank you for your participation, responding to our call out for SMEs to come in and listen to what we have to deliver. We acknowledge him this morning, our, the Commissioner General and his executive team of other commissioners, Mr. Sam Coim. Without his support and the executive support, we will not be having this sort of events. So they have been very supportive in enabling us to come out and educate the small business community and even the large taxpayer communities as well. So you may talk thank you, Lord Isbla. Also with our stakeholders, Yumi Lukima, I'll stop one time Yumi too from day one coming up now. Again, number one super, they'll be presenting later on. PLAG, Community NCDC, Commerce and Industry, BSP and Kina Bank, and we also have one of our registered tax agent too, also setting up booths solo helping Mupla. IRC Mupla Luxavelo work blow tax agents blow Mupla. When somebody wants to act on behalf of someone else, IRC Mupla gat you must be a registered tax agent to represent us. And anyone else for that matter, and by nogat, and by normal arrangement, blah, at least I'm savvy. But if you want to be represent someone else, you have that knowledge and skills to assist with an accounting background or a CPA. We plan encouraging you to inquire and register as a tax agent so you can represent them all our clients. Okay. A recap of yesterday. So Asta you millennium one. Anyone? What did you learn yesterday? How taxes are paid? Yeah, correct. Miss Caroline Ona presented on that. The methods of payment to the IRC. What else? My IRC, the My IRC portal. In the morning, what did we learn? GST. Good plan. So yes, that was yesterday, and we welcome our virtual viewers, not only watching from within PNG, the various provinces, but we also have viewers who have actually are viewing from overseas as well. So you may acknowledge him all this morning. So yesterday, the third day, we went through GST in the morning. So our presenter, Dagemba, presented on the GST registration process, who can charge GST, how it is calculated. The presenter also showed you how to complete the GST form, the G1 form, when to file and pay, and he also explained on the GST refund process and the requirements, and also the GST section 65A, which is the Commission serving a notice on someone, especially the statutory bodies, the government departments, that they get to withhold on your behalf. So in our efforts to collect GST at source, also me platok pinisaste, planti time by inclusive of GST. For us in the country, we have a habit of, even though GST charge name is some GST is not yours, kisim na run away go, they don't come back and pay. So trying to address that, we've sort of strengthened our efforts around the GST section 65A now. We also learned, like someone rightfully said, making payments to the IRC, the different methods available to you. Don't limit yourself. Ask your banks to have your business come on internet banking and the other methods of payments you can use. We had after lunch the financial literacy team, various stakeholders, SEFI, BSP, Kina Bank, that had their presentations. Our team from PLEG also indicated that they do conduct financial literacy courses and choir. If you want to take it up, please enroll and take those courses up too. So that was what we learned yesterday, quite a lot. This morning or today, we'll have our presenters from also the other service providers for startup and SME businesses. We'll have tax agent services. We'll have one of our registered tax agents come and explain or present their services to you. We'll have, in the afternoon after lunch, we'll have the DLED or Debt Lodgement Enforcement Division do their presentations. So these are the division that is responsible for what happens if you default. What happens if you don't lodge your outstanding returns? So that was where some of you had questions around me register lo this la time. I had a tin and me no been come, wanting something but come up me. So after lunch, the team that is responsible to either penalize or have you go into repayment schedule or come out, call you, tell you to bring your the lodgements that you have not been doing for the past tax periods, they'll be the one presenting after lunch. How to apply for a certificate of compliance, we'll also cover that after lunch. Applying for a tax clearance certificate briefly, if your suppliers are overseas and in any one year that you will be transferring overseas 500,000 kina, you will need to get a tax clearance certificate from the IRC. So the presenters will cover that. And also if you have disputes or objections, what is the process? Nungut IRC estimating legally business tax blue to be around 50,000, and you are like, no, I don't make 50,000. I make only 7 or 10,000. This lime sakama planty time. Na planty time, you plus a pilimosem, you are trapped. Where can I go? Who can I go to? So all this plan will present tomorrow. So at least guiding you plan, you know where to go. In the event that you get an assessment from the commission and you do not agree, what you need to do, the time frame you need to, sort of come back to us. They will be presenting and explaining it to you. So with that, we'll have, if I can have the speakers for the morning, our rep from Amsterdam, from Pasco, and from Women in Business. I think I understand our friend from Women in Business, Sharon, is here. If you can kindly come up and we can proceed on. If we don't have them, I might be forced to have the presenters from after tea break to come up. Miss Lovelyn? Okay, thank you. So we'll have Miss Lovelyn from the Women in Business Resource Center, and if I can have one of our tax agents, Mr. David Reape from Angera Education and Training. Please, if you can kindly come up. It seems one or two of our other presenters from the morning session are not here, so we'll have it that way. When they join us, they take the podium. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Hazel, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lovelyn Toamwesi, and I work for the Center for International Private Enterprise as the PNG WBRC manager. So today I will be talking about the PNG Business Resource Center as well as the services that we provide. All right. So CIPE, or what it stands for, um, the Center for International Private Enterprise, began its work in PNG in 2013 with the understanding that improving the conditions for women's economic empowerment they requires a supportive ecosystem of interconnected institutions that possess both the gender lens to identify the unequal barriers faced by women and the commitment to proactively democratize opportunities for all. SIPE is currently based in over 80 countries and has its headquarters based in Washington, D.C., in America. So SIPE's mission in PNG is to create an entrepreneurial ecosystem for women in PNG with focus in three areas. One being the integration of entrepreneurship into the curriculum of PNG universities and is built on to include capacity building of their faculties and opportunities to access small grants to build their internal offerings. The second area being to provide technical assistance and capacity building for advocacy groups in PNG. And lastly, the education and information through the PNG Women's Business Resource Center, which is SIPE's flagship program in PNG and one of our largest offerings. The WBRC has been so successful over the years that it has duplicated the PNG model or the PNG WBRC model in two other countries being Afghanistan and Guatemala. And there are concrete plans to duplicate the PNG WBRC model in other emerging markets as well. So the WBRC, or the Women's Business Resource Center, was established in November of 2016 as a resource hub for women of all economic backgrounds to access vital information for economic empowerment and has seen over 4,000 women come through its doors and also participate in the trainings that it provides. To- Sorry. All right. Some of the offerings or the services that we provide at the WBRC, as you can see listed up on the screen. So we provide business coaching, training programs, mentorship programs, networking events, incubation and office services, continual development of business resources and services, and also membership packages and options, and most recently, a business support hotline and an online digital e-library of resources, both available in Tok Pisin and English. Now, there are efforts currently underway to register the PNG Women's Business Resource Center as a technical vocational education and training center, or TVET for entrepreneurship to offer aspiring and established women entrepreneurs with nationally certified educational criteria on broad based business skills to support businesses to develop, as well as workplace skills and innovation. Now, our work in PNG would not be made possible without the wonderful support of both the US and the Australian government in partnership with the PNG government. Now, okay, sorry. Apologies. That's okay. On this side. Okay. No. Sorry. It's going back. Okay. My apologies. Just bear with me a bit of. All right. So moving on to the trainings that we provide. So just a quick overview. So the WBRC provides trainings around professional development and confidence building, hands-on workshop on e-commerce and digital marketing or digital literacy, ongoing classes on financial literacy and personal finance, as well as intensive courses on business model development, value proposition, and budgeting for MSMEs. Now, we also provide, apart from the business development and capacity building trainings that we provide, we also offer health and well-being awareness and information sessions and know your rights sessions as well. Now, up on the screen is a list of presenters that we've put together that have supported the WBRC to provide the programs that we offer. So, being the training programs, the awareness and information sessions, and the mentorship and coaching programs. So, as you can see on the board, on the screen, we have the likes of IPA and IRC who have supported the WBRC as well to provide awareness and information session around tax related processes, policies, the application process, and so forth. We have also partnered with our commercial banks like the ANZ and the BSPs and our microbanks to support in delivering financial literacy trainings also at the center. So with the arrival of COVID-19 in 2019, it forced the WBRC to close its doors, meaning that a lot of its programs had to be paused in order for us to um, to look at how we could operate in light of COVID or during COVID. So during that time, with our doors being closed, it also presented an opportunity for us to conduct a survey, a COVID-19 survey. So in 2020, SIPE conducted a survey to examine the impact of COVID-19 on small and medium-sized enterprises in PNG. This assessment provided a better understanding of the environment in which these businesses were operating during the pandemic and explored the level of business resiliency um, under COVID-19. SIPE was then SIPE was then commissioned to conduct a second survey in 2021 and produced a report called COVID-19's Impact on Women-Owned and Operated MSMEs in Papua New Guinea that looked at the ongoing impact of COVID-19 on women-owned and operated MSMEs in PNG. SIPE was then better placed to respond to the needs of vulnerable women entrepreneurs impacted by COVID-19 pandemic based on the findings and the recommendations of the survey to develop its business support programs to build business resiliency. This includes a nationwide business support hotline, a digital library of resources, a business adaptation coaching program, and the formation of a business, I beg your pardon, the formation of a PNG hotline coalition. Now, you may be wondering, so what does the business support hotline services provide? The business support hotline is a free service for women entrepreneurs with the aim of increasing access to critical information and support networks. The hotline is available 8 hours a day, Monday through to Friday, and is operated by two full time business support specialists. Now, you can see up on the slide there, I apologize if it's not too clear, the contact details of our business support hotline as well as our website and the email address in which you can contact to access this information or this service. Now, moving on to our digital e-library called the PNG WBRC Online Housebook. It is a digital collection of resources both in English and Tok Pisin, set up to provide a non-physical virtual space to access relevant and updated information around government policies to support business, business operations and skills, access to finance, tax and accounting, COVID 19 related information, and other newsletters and relevant information for public consumption. The e-library can be accessed via our PNGWBRC website at www.pngwbrc.com. Now, in closing, the WBRC continues to ensure that we are responding to the priorities of women that access our center with consideration for all women, regardless the different levels of readiness for entrepreneurship, different level of financial resource, age, and or education levels. The PNGWBRC continues to be a resource hub that is accessible, inclusive, and available for women to access the support they need to grow their businesses and also support their entrepreneurship journeys. With that, on behalf of the Center for International Private Enterprise and the PNG Women's Business Resource Center, we thank the IRC for extending the invitation to be part of today's program, and we also congratulate you on a successful 4 days. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Sharon from SIBE, our Women in Business Resource Center. Well, she's walked over, but just in case one or two of you have any questions. One question, two question. Okay, Sharon, we have one up front. We'll take the one question and we can proceed.
Thank you. Thank you. My question is, where are you located? Sorry, just a simple one.
That's all right. I hope I'm loud enough for everyone to hear. Thank you, and a very good question that. Oh, all right, thank you very much. Thank you for that question, and apologies. That is actually a very important information that I didn't share. So the PNGWBRC is located in Hohola along the Kunai Street in the Century 21 building on the ground floor. So please feel free to visit the center if you do need assistance, information, or if you would like to be part of any of our trainings and sessions that we deliver at the center. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, thank you, Sharon, for your presentation. So it's another good one there. Like before she finished, she concluded that Halivi missed up, regardless your different levels of education or where you are, you like start up now that's all, or you establish finished in business, or whether you got money lost at him or you think logo you got all avenues of sembe can stop lo halivimi. So once again, we say thank you to Sharon. So I'm speaking on behalf of the Women in Business Resource Center. We'll now move on to our next presenter, our director from Angera Education and Training training. He will introduce himself, Mr. David Roapa. He's one of our tax agents, so he will come up here and explain him services belong him to lo halivim yupla. Thank you, please. You can bite him. Okay, speaker, feel welcome.
Let me get used to. Which direction? Okay. Morning, everyone. Good to be alive and well. Another day. Turn to somebody next to you and say, it's a brand new day. I'd like to begin my conversations with you with the icebreaker. When I learned about this particular exercise that I'm going to share with you, it freaked me out. Only just a couple of years ago that I learned about this and it freaked me out. And I hope it does the same to you. Productive years. How many productive years do you have left in your life? Does anybody know? We might find some answer now. What's the accepted retirement age in Papua New Guinea? 65. That's the standard or accepted retirement age. What I want you to do is get the pen and write that down. Accepted retirement age in PNG. Everybody's got that done? Very good. So this is what you do. That accepted retirement age 65 minus your current age. Is everybody following? Because all of us are not the same age, you will have different numbers. Some are a bit older, some are very young. So definitely you will have different numbers. Now here's a tricky one. What is the average life expectancy in Papua New Guinea. $70, $80, below $50, average. Okay. Just take it from me. The average is 57. 57 is the average life expectancy in PNG. So, 57 minus your current age. Can you do the math? That day and the moment I came to this is the part that freaked me out. Different thoughts start running into my mind. And I hope it's doing the same to you. By the way, I am not prophesying death to anybody. So everybody turn around and tell somebody, I will live one day at a time. Because you and I don't have power to add one more day to our lives. We live in the time and the space that the good Lord provides for us. So enjoy yourself. Yeah? I almost wanted to say hallelujah. So the next question is, what do you do with that remaining time period? Work must go yet? Okay. I've come to realize something, that we need to prioritize our time. Time flies, time moves, time doesn't wait for anybody. It doesn't care about who you are, what title you carry, which creed you belong, which religion you come from. It flies. It comes, it goes. So for me, priorities in my life is very important. I had a great man of God when I was running the workshops for a church. He said, Dave, he saw this part and he said, what am I supposed to do? What's my priority? And this is what I told him. Your wife and your children. Because on the day that you die, they will be the ones that will miss you the most. You agree, man? With that, did you enjoy it? Okay, now we'll sell you my products. I believe I've done a good job. So now I'll sell you my products on what Agora does. Agora in ancient Greek means marketplace. It's an ancient Greek means marketplace. But before we do that, I've got about 10 or 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Here is what my talk in the next couple of minutes will look like. Our accreditation status. There's a lot of companies and training SMEs going around, providing workshops and trainings. I recommend that they be accredited and registered. Number 2, we'll talk about our products and services. Number 3, our client experience. Number 4, our community contribution. Number 5, we'll look at our training team and gratitude in the end. We are registered with National Training Council, registration number 250. But for those of you who follow the training and education transition that's taking place, the roles and the functions of National Training Council has been transferred to DHEST, Department of Higher Education, Research and Science and Technology. Accreditations are very important. National Training Council and the DHEST are guardians and custodians of the PNG qualifications framework. So if you're going to provide trainings and provide certificates, it is good and wise to get the blessing of DHEST or NTC. If you're also interested in participating in a workshop or training, ask that company or organization for the registration, NTC number, or the DHEST certification. Is that clear? Bro, what's happening? Same thing that I was talking about registration. Our products and services. For us as a small SME, first things first that we do, we don't just take a prepared material from the shelf and come and conduct workshops or run trainings. We do what it is called training needs analysis. Because we want to tailor the courses to meet your need, the need of the organization, the needs of the individuals. So first things first we do is we do a TNA. Then we identify your need. Then we try to design and develop a workshop or a course according to your need so that we can meet your need. Our main aim is all about equipping and empowering a person with relevant knowledge, skills, and experiences so that then a person can be able to make a well-informed decision. I cannot come and twist a person's hand and tell them to do this and that. But our aim is to give the right information and the person makes the decision. I discovered also a couple of years ago that education is not really about knowing facts, but it's about training the mind to think. Look, I can know about where Southern Islands is and where the capital city is and what the longest river in Papua New Guinea is and the highest mountain in. Those are facts. But that's not real education. Real education is training someone to make them think, ask questions, think critically, think outside the box, so that then they can make a decision. Sometimes in the workshops that we run, I've seen people cry. I've seen people become very angry. But it's good for them. That means they are ready for change. They're ready to do something else. They're ready to follow a different path. So this is what we believe education is. It's not about facts, just knowing facts. It's about making a person think so that they can feel something and then they can choose a pathway or an action. So in the workshops that we provide, the design, and that's the philosophy that we work around. One of our products is we design and develop training modules. Most of you will agree with me that something that works in America does not necessarily work in this country. Something that works in Australia and New Zealand does not necessarily work in this country. So for those of us in the running workshops and trainings, we need to ask the hard questions and sit and understand our culture and contextualize the course and the workshops to suit our needs and our audiences in the country. So one of the things we do is we design and develop courses as well. We can develop participant guides, instructors guides, and also prepare PowerPoint slides. We've done some work for some major corporations, which I'll touch base later. So do not just take it as gospel, everything that comes from overseas. We have our own cultures, we have our own ways of doing things. So we must tailor things to suit our needs. We were blessed with working for one of the leading superannuation funds in the country. It took us 6 months to design and develop and deliver a financial literacy pack for number one super. So we trained 12 of the senior staff, and now at the moment they're rolling out these programs with the in-house trainers. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the management, the CEO and the management of number one super. They have the right frame of mind to encourage small businesses like ours. If you're a manager here, CEO here, listening to this, provide opportunities for Papua New Guineans, the MSMEs. When you have the time and the opportunity in that position, you can be replaced tomorrow. We also did a train the trainer for Chemcare Group in Ley. So one of our product is train the trainers. We teach them how to facilitate workshops. We teach them how to prepare lesson plans. We treat them how to run a workshop, effective workshops for adults. You will agree with me that adults have a different learning style. There are certain principles that adults go by in terms of learning. Those are some of the things that we cover during the trainer workshops. Here is one that's right now advertised for the months of October and November. Depending on the audience, the maximum number of participants that we encourage is up to 10. Up to 10. First 2 days of theory, the next 3 days of practical application. So let us know. For the month of October and November, it's open for registration. If you're an organization sitting here and you want to upskill your trainers, we can be able to prepare them to conduct efficient workshops to become a trainer. Financial literacy pack, we can work a learning program for you. Some of the modules that we've developed, and these were also developed for number one super, is take charge of personal finances, buying your own home, planning for retirement, and financial literacy for MSMEs and SMEs. So here are some of our products which were successfully delivered for number one super. So we are also now looking out for other organizations that want to have a dynamic, well-documented, and relevant, tailored financial literacy pack for PNG. For the MSMEs and SMEs, it can take from 5 days to 10 days. 5 to 10 working days, depends on the audience. Remember, not everybody is at the capacity to understand or run with the different concepts. So you got to break it down depending on the level and the capacity to understand. And that's where the training needs analysis comes into play, and that's very important. The other product that we run is soft skills. How many of you in this room has heard of soft skills? Not too many. There is a difference between soft skills and hard skills. Human resource professionals understand this. And there are many of you in this room that also understand this, but you're just shy not to put your hands up. But there's a difference between hard skills and soft skills. Hard skills, the technical knowledge that you carry, the accountant knowledge that you have, the architectural knowledge that you have, the skills that you have, computer skills that you have, those are hard skills. But there's something else that's called soft skills. Communication, problem solving skills, willingness to learn, goal setting skills, time management skills. Those are what we call soft skills. Research is showing, this is 2021. You can Google it, you can go online, and you can find out the importance of soft skills. Many employers are putting an emphasis on soft skills. Before they recruit a person, before they go on a recruitment drive, they want people with soft skills. Because time and again, research has shown that soft skills drives productivity and efficiency. I can have a good accountant with flying colors, a brilliant accountant. But if he's not able to communicate properly, we have a problem. It's just one example, not that I'm picking on accountants. So recruiters these days are putting emphasis on soft skills. So if you have an organization, develop soft skills for your staff so that you can increase your efficiency and your productivity. So some of the products that we offer are soft skills, communication skills, inter and intrapersonal communication skills. Let me ask you a question. Do you communicate to yourself? Do you communicate to yourself? Only few? How about the rest of you? Yes. As you are sitting, you're looking at me, there's communication going on. That's called intrapersonal communication skills. When you speak to somebody else, that's interpersonal communication skills. Problem solving. We need problem solvers in the organizations, not complainers. Not people every now and then they always come up with a list of things that are not working. And they go on and on and on and on and on, and then they get depressed. Customer service skills. If I ask you right now to make a telephone call to an organization, this is what you'll get. Try it out. Hello, you talk. Customer service skills, very poor. Business writing skills. We do also professionalism at the workplace. Organizations are getting tired of people giving 10 different excuses for not coming to work. Every other month, your uncle is passing away. Your aunt is going. So we've got 10 different funerals to attend. Some of these we cover in the professionalism at the workplace. Goal setting, time management, and financial literacy. So these are some of the soft skills courses that we run. Depending on the audience, it's a one-day workshop. It's 6 hours, one-day workshops. We provided some of our services to some of these clients. These are some of our clients. The big one is number one super. We've also worked with the Camp Care, PNG Mining and Hospitality Services Group. These are the group that provide catering services to Santos and ExxonMobil, the PNG Mining and Hospitality Group. I've been working with them and I've watched them in the last 5 years grow from a 5 million kina net worth to a 24 million kina net worth company. If you're an accountant, net worth is assets minus liabilities equals your net worth. Maybe that's for a company, but you might want to also do a health check for yourself in terms of finance. Sorry, did I miss anyone? Health check on finance. Huh? How do we check net worth? Sometimes sit down and watch how many assets you have, how much liability you have, and you'll come up with a figure. That's for some other time. Register for my courses and we will cover more. Okay, we also do some contributions to the church and NGO work, which I'll touch base later. Just a picture and image of some of the different groups that we provide our services to. Our community contribution, we have a small program called Master Seed Training Programs for youths. We run them out of AOG Cornerstone Gateway Church. Who knows where the church is? For those in Port Moresby? Gorens, yeah. Gorens, yeah. So that has also been my church home for the last 17 years. So wonderful journey with Abba Father. You should have a relationship with your Father. 17 years. It's been good. It's been tough. It's been challenging sometimes. Sometimes I complain. Sometimes I sneeze. Sometimes I cough. But all is well. So we do run some church programs as well. So forgive me, I'm dragging in some few things here and there, but it's also good for all of you, yeah. So master seed programs. Out of this program, we were at about 70, estimated 70 young people. So it's part of our contribution. We make a bit of one kina, two kina here and there out there and about, but we also do some seed planting where the need is. Yeah. By the end of the day, we're born naked, so we'll return naked. Sorry, it's playing up some. I think that was our team. It's a bit inconvenience, but that's okay. Our team of trainers, we try to get people who are seasoned professionals from diverse backgrounds. People who've been there, done that. Seasoned professionals from diverse backgrounds. We try to engage them. People with credibility, integrity, and a strong moral and ethic. We have a prevalence of moral bankruptcy in the country. So for those of us, if you have any integrity left, protect it, because integrity is priceless. So some of our trainers, most of our trainers, we try to make sure that they have good moral standing. Yeah, it's no use employing or bringing somebody who's got double standard life and come and talk to the participants about different things. Make sense, huh? Okay. Minimum of bachelor's degrees, and the highest, we've got a couple of masters as well. Most of them were educated at PNG and also overseas. So they bring that mix of exposure into the workshops. Most of my colleagues were at East West Center graduates. Some of them, I have them on board as part of our workshops. So they come and run 1 day, 2 days workshops. Most have multinational corporate experiences. For example, for me, I worked for ExxonMobil, US government, Australian New Zealand Bank, so for 16 plus years experience with different corporations, and a bit of MSME experiences, small business. So we try to make sure that our trainers are equipped, a dynamic group of people that can help equip and empower with information. As much as possible, certified corporate trainers and SEFI certified as well, particularly the financial literacy products. With that, I'm not going to hold time anymore. These are our contact details. I discovered last night that I ran out of business cards and brochures, but it was just last night that we confirmed, last evening that we confirmed I was going to speak. So, but that's the. Sorry, it keeps going back. Yeah, that's our, and I'll be there rest of the day. So if you want to touch base with us on anything, I'll give you the contact and the details later. With that, gratitude. I'm grateful to the Commissioner General, the Commissioners Pauline and Samuel, and my sister there, and the management for giving me this opportunity to just converse with you this morning. Thank you to IR's management and the team, and to all of us. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to sit here and converse with us this morning. Knowledge is power, but knowledge unused or unapplied is also useless. Yeah? Yeah. They say knowledge is power, but if it's not applied, then it's useless. So people perish due to lack of knowledge. Proverb says that. Yeah. Solomon was a great guy, but I also think that he also had his own problems. But I leave that to religious people, including myself. But anyway, thank you so much, and thank you everyone for participating. And it's excellent 4 days, and thank you very much. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you, our good director from Angera Education and Training, Mr. David Reape. Thank you. Yumi Paitiman Plahanken. Again, this la workshop or training blaming or MSME training hosts being the IRC, me play inviting all stakeholders and can also moline blong you lo Angora. So lo helping you pla, so you pla can helping me pla too. Now. Give me companies law up past 10. It's now 10:30. We will soon have our tea break. Before we go, plenty blue plus skim lol materials when we present him long Emma. Please don't worry. As you register, give your email addresses as well. Most of you have done so. Suppose society no walk him yet. Lusimol email address want them all presentations. Most of us have been here for the whole week. So Mipla go back in, we resume Monday, Tuesday. Mipla editing all presentation because plenty of all presentation, subject knowledge. All presenters also they've sort of made it in a way that hurry up, all go through some of them and maybe short. So we go back, we edit it properly, definitely, and Bagolo. We'll send it through the emails that you've given. Also, again, all the sessions that you may working now have been pre-recorded. So suppose you go yet all this Facebook, LinkedIn, even I think YouTube, all those platforms, remember you got plenty thing. Otherwise, same time, same day at you may work close up. People are out there watching and having access to this information. So no can worry Lodisla, those are the also you talk pinisa. Lig business blow you me. Suppose you me limit him you me at law. Flash drive that's all you me no helping business blow you me too. So after this, you may like him change in mindset to explore those options as to how you can help yourself with information and for your small business as well. So one time this but you make him 15 minutes tea break. So noga time lo story planti because you may have come late liglo morning. So 15 minutes of tea break, and by 10:45, 10, 5, 10 to 11, I should see you all back in here. Thank you.